Spurgeon here with RevZilla, and today we're going to take a look at the REV'IT Vaughn Jacket available at RevZilla.com. So on my left-hand side, I've got Juice, and he is wearing the all-new for 2017 Vaughn Jacket. And really what you're seeing here is a continuation of the post-heritage line of REV'IT jackets. Now, in the past, 3 years ago, we saw REV'IT come out with the Red Hook, the Flatbush, the Roamer, and that was really their first take on, just classic looking motorcycle jackets. And now what we're seeing is they're updating the line. They're giving you more than just 3 options. You're now looking at 6, 7 options within this lineup, and the Vaughn is going to sit towards the top of the food chain with the classic 50s style, but more of a modern take to it. And we're going to break down in this video exactly what you can expect from the Vaughn, starting with sizing. So Juice on my left-hand side stands at 5'10", weighs 195 pounds, and has a 42-inch chest. We have him in a size 50. According to REV'IT's size chart, Juice should be in a size 52. We've sized him down 1 full size, and it fits him spot on. So just keep that in mind. When you're looking at these pieces, we've seen REV'IT, go towards more of an American style, and you're definitely going to want to size down 1 full size from what the size chart recommends. Sizes will range from a 46 up to a 60, and there's 2 different colors available. Now, on camera, this might look like a black, but Juice is actually wearing a very dark brown, and then there is going to be a traditional black option. So both colors look very similar even when you're up close, but under the studio lights, this has got a very dark brown look to it. Now, if you're not familiar with REV'IT, this is a company that we know and love here at RevZilla. They're a premium European manufacturer, and I've been using REV'IT since 2006. I bought my first really great motorcycle jacket, which was the RS2. Lately, I've been using the Red Hook. If you're watching any of the more modern bike reviews, like the BMW Scrambler, this is a jacket that's become my go-to because it really works for a variety of different motorcycles, and that's what's really carried throughout the post-heritage line from REV'IT. The Vaughn, while it has that 50s-esque style, it has a lot of different applications here, and you can fine-tune now even more so than before which jacket's right for you, the Stuart Air, the Gibson, or you can take a step up from the Vaughn, which comes in around the $650 price point, and go to the top of the food chain, which is going to be the Naples, and the Naples is going to sit around the $800 price point. So there's a wide variety of different styles and options starting around the $450 price point, ranging all the way up to the $800 price point. But like I said, the Vaughn is going to come in right around the middle, around $650. And let's start by breaking down the construction now to kind of hit on what you can expect. Now, the construction of the Vaughn is going to be a little bit different than what we've seen from some of the other pieces. It's going to be a buffalo skin, but it's going to be a drum-dyed and waxed buffalo skin. So they're going to start by drum dyeing it to really give you, rich, saturated tones to the color, but then they're going to heat it after they wax it. And what that does is it gives it this rich, deep creases that you're going to see. So some of the, across the board, we've seen them incorporate buffalo leather more and more, but each jacket looks a little bit different, and it's the heating, the waxing process that's going to give the buffalo leather on the Vaughn this really just deep crease look. I was joking with the guys earlier. I said it's almost like he's wearing like elephant skin. It's just that deep kind of rich, crease skin, and it's going to set itself apart from any of the other jackets that we've seen in this lineup. Now, the other thing that's going to set it apart is this 50s traditional fold-out style, but it's going to be done with a band collar. So this is going to be REV'IT's modern take on that 50s rocker jacket. You do have the band collar, single snap to the top. Working our way down, you've got quilting on the shoulders. This is carried over from a few of the different pieces. We're going to see a very similar shoulder pattern to the Naples, the way the quilting is done. And then on the elbows, on the shoulders, it's going to utilize SEESMART CE-Level 1 armor. Now, if you're not familiar with SEESMART armor, this is going to be a proprietary armor from REV'IT. And the first go at it, very thin, very malleable. It's going to move very nicely, and it's not going to be bulky. The problem is, as the first iteration was flat, it tended to bunch up when you used it in areas like the elbows and the shoulders because it wasn't contoured to the fit of the body. So they got rid of that, and the new SEESMART that we're going to see is contoured. So it's still that flat armor, still CE protection, still going to move very comfortably with you, and it's still going to work for you, but now it's going to be contoured, and it's not going to be bunching up or getting bulky underneath there. So really what the benefit of this is you get CE-level armor from impact protection. Tony can't feel that at all right now. He's just enjoying that. But you don't have the bulk, so it's not going to be big. It's not going to look like you're wearing all that motorcycle armor underneath there. And you can use it as a lifestyle piece. So you can wear it to the pub, you can wear it to the coffee shop, to the store, and you don't have to take the armor out to use it off the motorcycle while still maintaining all the protection you would expect on the motorcycle. Juice, go ahead and throw the hand up for me. So you will have a single zip with this, gusset on the inside, closing that up. Go ahead and lower your hand for me. The one thing you'll note, there is going to be a full sleeve thermal liner with this, so you can think 3-season functionality, fall, winter, spring. You can push it in the summer months if you want to try, but really there's no ventilation here, so this is going to be more of that cold weather option. Working our way down the front, asymmetry coming into play. You've got aged snaps with this, with the REV'IT logo done on them. Asymmetry with that pocket on the left-hand side, not mirrored on the right-hand side, and then dual hand warmer setups on either side. Juice, do me a favor, go ahead and throw your hand in the riding position while facing that way for me. So you will notice on the elbow on this, it is going to be an extra overlay of leather. You're going to have that, or not the embossed, but the quilted leather working its way down the shoulders. You know, it's mirrored from the shoulders to the elbow. And then the one thing that I would have loved to have seen is just a little bit of an adjustment at the waist to fine-tune fitment. Pre-curved this sleeve, slightly aggressive in the pre-curve, so it's going to work really well in a neutral position, maybe a little bit more of a tuck position. The one area where you might have problems with this jacket is if you're using it with a taller bar, like an ape hanger on a cruiser. It fatigues out your shoulders. I've used similar jackets from REV'IT that are in more of a taller position. So just keep in mind that might be a limitation of this jacket. You want to keep it in a lower or more neutral bar setting for whichever bike you're using it on. Juice, you may go ahead and face backwards for me. Clean lines are really the theme throughout the entire post-heritage line from REV'IT. No branding on the back of this. There will be a pocket for a back protector. So the first thing we always recommend doing is putting the back protector in there. Make sure that you're covered from a protection standpoint. The SEESOFT CE-Level 2 back protector will fit right in. There is going to be an 8-inch connection zipper to zip with matching REV'IT pants. If you're just wearing it with riding jeans, you will have belt loop connections on either side. Now just do me a favor, face me rather, and stop right there. So we talked about minimal branding. You're going to notice that there is going to be just a little bit of the REV'IT branding with an embossed leather patch on the left sleeve. You get a little bit of asymmetry coming into play. That's not going to be mirrored on the right-hand side, but that's really the only branding other than what we're going to see on the snaps on the front of the jacket. Juice, you may pull around for me and just go ahead and zip down. And stopping right there, you are going to have leather overlays at the very bottom, 7-8 inches on this, just to cover the zipper. So if you are leaning over a little bit more in your tank, you're not going to have to worry about scratching the tank with the way that they've covered that leather over top of the zip. You can go ahead and open it up all the way. Now the one thing you'll note with this is going to be that full sleeve liner, but it's not removable on this jacket. So that's really where that 3-season cold weather functionality is coming into play. You are going to have a pocket on the inside in the drop pocket. You are going to have a Napoleon pocket on the left-hand side. And then just open the right side for me. As we open up this side, you are going to have an additional drop pocket on the right side, and you can see that belt loop connection coming in down at the bottom. Now, what I want you to do is go ahead and zip it up all the way. And we talked about this being that 50s style traditional fold over. And what we're going to see as Juice kind of closes this up, he's going to unsnap it. The zipper has an asymmetrical zip to it, so when it actually starts in the middle, but it crosses over to the right shoulder. And then if you want to go ahead, and I'll just do this for you, Juice, you can actually close that band collar. And remember at the beginning we talked about this, normally you don't see that band collar on that fold over. So this is, REV'IT's take of a 50s, motorcycle jacket with the Vaughn. Now, there's a lot of riders out there utilizing this new heritage line of jackets from REV'IT. And if you want to hear more about what they have to say, click the info button on your desktop or mobile device, which will allow you to read other rider reviews from folks that are already out there putting these jackets through its paces. If you have more questions for us, reach out to one of our gear geeks at 877-792-9455, or simply shoot us an email, cs@RevZilla.com. Thank you for joining us for this look at the REV'IT Vaughn Jacket. I'm Spurge. Enjoy the ride.